Alright, I feel like they overdid it with this game mode. So today we're going to be playing the all epic modifiers game mode. And you see, I don't think it's very fun actually. I initially thought it would be like an absolute ball because, you have to... No, you don't have to do anything. That's why. But like, when both you and your opponent also receive those epic modifiers, it kind of just like creates like the most like arbitrary way to win. You just pick whatever gets you like instant wins basically, because there's a lot of epic things that are essentially just like epic wins in my opinion, and one of those being obviously the Bush Brother Goblins, which I just managed to pull right now, and this guy who just pulled Clone Firecracker. That actually kind of sucks. That's not even like that good of a modifier. We can just go like this, believe it or not, and then I feel like, well, never mind, that's not gonna get hit, but we're gonna rage this all up, and like you're just about to see here how like basically just got an instant win just because I pulled this. Never mind. This guy's a genius, and he knew to play his Skarmy time. Really, one of the basic book moves there that I should have seen coming. And I'm also anticipating for this guy to receive the bats everywhere. I've seen that so much for some reason, and people really like... I feel like I've seen two strategies so far, and it's basically like one built around like Bush Goblin Cycle, or this, well, kind of like what this guy's doing right now, where you have like your tanks, and then you have the Night Witch, hopefully trying to pull that Night Witch spawn bats everywhere modifier. And I think that's all I've seen so far. Like, actually, I couldn't have summed it up better. Yeah, those are basically the two strategies going on right now. I don't know what else to say. I actually thought of a pretty generic analogy for how you picture Clash Royale once they add all these like chaos modes. Basically, the way I've seen it so far is like Oreo cookies, and not like specific like flavors or variations. I'm talking about the standard Oreo cookie, but like in the fact that like they they've released 4 varieties of like the same cookie, just they add more cream in the middle. And basically how I've pictured is, okay, let's defend this real quick, but the way I've seen it is like you got your base game, obviously your base Clash Royale game, which will be like your standard Oreo cookie, the original, I guess. I don't know what else it would be called, but yeah, that's like your original gameplay. And then you move forward to like your double stuff, and I think double stuff, like good Clash in my opinion, is not the standard chaos mode. I would assume it's actually the draft chaos mode. I think this might be, I'm not actually sure if it's a hot take or not, but I feel like draft mode actually like it like allowed more variety, I guess. Although like still chaos mode in the end, it's always just going to be based off of what like modifiers you can pull. I feel like draft mode just made it so it's slightly less that way, but still though, like I said, it's pretty much still like completely like based off of what you pull. But yeah, in my opinion, that's what... Okay, that this guy got the freaking play that he wanted, and yeah, this is that's basically what I wanted to iterate there with double stuff. Is actually draft mode, not the standard chaos mode. I think the standard chaos mode falls under the mega stuff Oreo cookie variety. So basically, mega stuff, it's too much in my opinion, because like even like people who would like eat the cookie, just like scoop out its insides and then put it back in the tray, I don't even think they'd like bother with mega stuff. It's just too much cream, and so much cream you just can't handle it, and that's at that point is when you start to move on to standard chaos. I feel like, I mean, if it's like really forced, almost like you're starting to push past limits that are like reasonable, because it creates an arbitrary winning pattern, essentially, is what I'm seeing here. Well, actually, I haven't even played standard chaos yet. I'm pretty sure they brought that back, but yeah, that's basically what I see there with standard chaos. It sucks because freaking it just forces people to play a certain way, and now we're here, and now it's like 100% that way. I feel like before you at least could play some kind of strategy, and that's why this I consider the most stuff. Most stuff, I'm pretty sure they only sell it in like packages of 1, but it's just like basically like an inch of pure frosting and like the 2 fucking thin ass cookies right there. I guess you could also make an argument for thin stuff, but like who eats that? I'm not 100% sure. I thin, or I don't even know if they still make those. I honestly am kind of disappointed that I mentioned those. Those are not niche, and if you for some reason like thin Oreos, you should consider I don't know, playing Clash Royale instead. I don't know. That was really stupid. But yeah, that was quite possibly like the most like generic like analogy I could have provided, but I feel like it makes sense if you like really think about it. Like I'm not gonna iterate it the best way possible, but like that's basically how it works. And holy smokes, how am I gonna defend this? Oh, he has clone firecracker too. That's kind of cool, man. Let's go like this, and then please activate King Tower, and then there we go. That's sweet. And yeah, we're gonna get a metric freak ton of damage because random skeleton troops is just the best thing in the world. Let's arrows here to kill those rascals, and for some reason he heals spirits. Cool. Let's just log it. I think this guy's probably doing that Night Witch strategy. I'm just gonna assume. If not, then what is he doing? Like, if he doesn't have Suspicious Bush or Skeleton Barrel, then you're really just throwing your own game. Unless you're doing that tanking thing, like I said. But I really am not a fan of any strategy in this because they're all so freaking boring. Unless I'm winning, of course. That's the thing too with this. I guess it amplifies the feeling of like you're absolutely dominating, like laying belt to ass to your opponent. Like, you know, that normally just like is just a satisfying feeling, and that kind of gets amplified if you're playing this version of Chaos. But still, it's not the best by any means. I think the draft mode, and yeah, this guy's doing the tanking with the bats. Cool. Let's use our graveyard in the middle, I feel like, and then I'm gonna try to get a rocket or something. And never mind, we will not be going for rocket because it turns out we suck at the game. Okay, let's go like this, and then did the Night Witch die? Okay, the Night Witch is dead, and now we're gonna get a wall breaker connection there too. Somehow we managed to defend that, but I'm gonna save my rocket from now on for that Night Witch because this guy is just gonna tank with absolutely everything to ensure those bats just like absolutely gnaw down on my tower. But yeah, this is the... I don't think I've faced like the actual bait strategy once, and yeah, this guy gets the barbarian barrels. That's cool, I guess. But also our graveyard is gonna get really accounted for right now, and it's not gonna matter what this guy plays. And yeah, that's Raps, Big Chief. Look at that, all those brawlers on your tower. Actually, I probably should have bothered defending here, and his Night Witch died too. So really, we're all good. We're all good in the hood, and yeah. Now I just got reminded of all good in the hood. It reminded me of my 7th grade history teacher. She used to always say that saying, but she was like a bit of like, I don't want to say a nutcase, but like I'm basically saying she was a nutcase. I don't know if I can even say this, but actually no, I'm pretty sure she got like fired from her job, but not related to this. But for some reason, like someone had like a whipping app on their cell phone, and like for some reason convinced her to start throwing whipping parties, and now I'm kind of iffy saying that right now. I don't know how like that's kind of messed up. I didn't really think about it then. I wasn't a part of it, dude. I'm pretty sure I've always been like a napper through all the classes, but like obviously, yeah, there's like, okay, because iPhones have like this thing where they have like motion things, not like a freaking, my poor Samsung. I think that's probably why I didn't join it. I had a freaking Samsung phone, and yeah, they had like motion detection, and you could do that with certain apps. And holy smokes, what is going on right now? I need to defend. At the same time, the bats are just everywhere. Let's rage this all up, and for some reason he doesn't have a big spell. We're gonna make up for damage here by playing our Archer Queen, and then yeah, okay, that'll make up for some of the lost. And yeah, I don't know what this guy's thinking, but yeah, I don't even know if, like, I know she got fired, but not related to that. I think she was also big on like telling the classes conspiracy theories, and yeah, I don't know, she left like once I was like far into high school now, but yeah, that's just like a weird memory I just had. And okay, yeah, but despite this guy getting the broken like bats modifier, he's still like cooked because I'm playing the smart strategy, the freaking bats. And okay, that is gonna be a little bit interesting, I guess. I think I'm gonna take Ronan like a good boy, and then I think I'm fine everywhere else. We might have lost the tower, but that's just part of our masterful plan, really. Let's go like this, and then Rocket's gonna kill that, and then yeah, let's just keep going in. Lumberjack's gonna start hacking away at that tower, and yeah, random skeleton troops will turn the tides right now, believe it or not. if we keep spamming him, basically he won't be able to respond to us. At least that's my vision. And not if he has Mega Knight though. That could be devastating. Let's go like this. And okay, that'll get as much damage off on the Mega Knight as possible. Should we go for another Archer Queen instead of actually... Okay, yeah, that works. Another Archer Queen will do just fine. And then we'll play our Graveyard. And then, yep, it's time to turn the tables. Despite this guy's freaking Skeleton Barrel he just played. Yeah, that tower was gone though anyway. I just wanted to negate the damage for as quick as I... Yeah, okay. Beautiful. Actually not beautiful, because now I have a holy shit, I need to kill that witch right now before... Okay, there is actually way too many... I just lost this game, I feel like. No. 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 You know, I had greater visions for this game, but you know, you can't win them